Hello, I'm Gav.
I'm Dan.
We're the Slow-Mo Guys. This video is sponsored by The Terminal List, starring Chris Pratt on Prime Video.
It was made with the help of Navy SEALs for as much realism as possible.
A very realistic show. We're back at the School of Mines. We made a video here a few years ago. And to be honest, we made a real mess of the place.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they let us back.
Oh, me too, me too.
But in that video, we discovered how cool shaped charges look in slow-mo.
Yeah, that's something Navy SEALs are very used to using, shaped charges for multiple purposes. And we're going to be concentrating more on that this time, especially with the solid copper lined shaped charges, which is what the Naval SEALs would use. So to that end, they've helped us prep for this video.
Last time we got up to about 200,000 frames a second. This time we hope to fly past that and get some extremes. Get into the millions, ideally.
That is serious.
That is very serious.
Wow.
So why don't we take a look at our cameras and then get blasting.
Sounds good.
All right, our first subject is a door. Pointed at said door is the Phantom T3610. It's about 120,000 frames a second. Full width is the same as 720p, so about 1280 pixels across. And we'll be using that a lot today for all the subjects that we want to film a lot of horizontal action. This is where we start getting a bit extreme with stuff. This is the Shimadzu HPV-X, and this can go way above 1 million in black and white.
Way above 1 million. How does it do that?
Well, the compromise is that it will only take 256 pictures. But you know, play that back at 25, that'll be about 10 seconds of footage. So let's take a look at the explosives.
Navy SEALs use shaped charges like this for several different purposes. They come in lots of different sizes for lots of different reasons. This particular one is the same sort of size that they'd be using for breaching a door, like we're going to be doing. This one's quite small and it has a thing called standoff. The copper cone has to be the correct distance away from what it's trying to make a hole in. Now this particular one has to be placed on here. We're going to place it about here, which is right next to the locking mechanism, and hopefully we're going to smash through everything we need to.
So for this one, we don't need any standoff.
For this particular shaped charge, doesn't require, the best standoff is actually flush. Basically, we've got this lock here. At the moment, it's open.
Oh, it's meaty.
Oh,
The whole bar moves.
so that's now locked. You can't open it again now. That shows you that the part of the mechanism we're going to try and hit with the shaped charge is about here. So what the Navy SEALs would do is they would create a hole with the shaped charge first and then pack it with more explosives to create a bigger hole.
You think the door will still work? You think the bar will move?
I think we're being a bit optimistic, but we'll see. We'll see.
Good slow-mo first, door functionality second.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
Let's see, they fixed
They fixed
the
it.
middle window.
Yeah.
You may remember that we blew this puppy out last time and knocked a six-figure Phantom onto the floor.
Everything away. Look at the camera.
Oh my god, we got a Phantom down.
Yeah, it was sat behind the window, wasn't it? And it shoved it onto the floor because it blew the window
It
out.
actually did save the footage.
The shaped charge is in the right place in the door. We've detted up and locked the door. So hopefully, once it's blown, we'll be able to open the door. But let's retreat.
All right, we're at our safe place. I've got my button. Just have to not miss the trigger. Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole!
Not that bad.
Not that bad from up here.
Yeah.
It's always a little bit nerve-wracking when you're so far from the cameras.
Oh, wow. Well, we've made our hole, look.
That's such a neat little hole. Oh, wait, it's melted the dial off.
Oh my, no way. It's just blown the handle off.
Oh, and that's sheared. That's done. The actual mechanism has dropped down as well. It doesn't even line up. You couldn't even weld that on.
Oh. Look at what damage it's caused to the handle.
God.
And what's interesting is the fact that the handle was only there. So it's had enough power to blow it apart, smash that.
All right, well, let's see if it's
Dump it there.
functioned correctly. The whole thing's gone.
What?
The whole box, the whole lock box.
So wait, I wonder if it
Is it this?
God, it's so brittle.
Oh, it's just blown apart. But placement-wise, you absolutely nailed it.
Should we see if it can open?
No way.
Yeah, we did it.
So it unlocked it, but we just didn't have a way to open it.
Yeah, we didn't have the handle. If the handle hadn't blown off, that would have been a success.
That was really cool.
That is wicked.
I honestly wasn't expecting much with the functionality of unlocking the door,
Yeah, yeah.
but that worked really well.
Yeah,
That was really good.
that was my first breaking into a bank vault.
Oh, jeez, look at that, it's amazing.
Oh, and the shockwave, you can see it going on the right there.
Yeah, you can, like just as it changes what the background is, you can see it warping it. That's wicked.
Oh, did you see when it speeds up, it kind of get like wobbles around?
What happened there? Was that, oh, it's the reverberation because you're inside the vault a little bit.
It just annihilated that little bolt and just splattered it all over the wall.
Yeah, it was so brittle. I expected it to just kind of cut a hole straight through, but it just annihilated the whole thing.
Yeah, you can see chunks of it going left. So the shockwave shot right, and the chunks of the lock shot left after some of it bounced off the wall, I think, there. The triggering method for the Shimadzu camera didn't work on that one, so we'll hopefully have it on the next shot. I honestly think that when we make our videos, some of the most satisfying stuff is just how many X can X go through? And here we are.
It's a good formula, okay?
Yeah.
In this case, our X is this steel plate, which is the same thickness and weight as a marine door on a ship. So, you know, what the Navy SEALs will be using these charges to get through, essentially.
And we've seen how strong steel is. For example, when we shot a steel ball.
Yeah, it's really hard, really strong, which just shows you the power of these charges. Now, what I'm curious about is, fine, one door, you know, absolutely fine, no problem, just a breeze. Two, with an air gap between, because the thing is, what happens is the jet will lose some of its power and penetrative capability as it starts to break apart. And then three. So I reckon we'll get through the first two, and then the third, I don't have any faith.
So we've got the 4K running at 4K, 1,000 frames a second. Might get an exit, might get one frame of that. We've got the T3610 at 63,000 frames a second. And we've got the Shimadzu, it's at 1 million. So massive coverage.
You're saying these numbers like, just like, yeah, 500,000 here, million there.
Mil,
I'll throw some more numbers at you. How about this, right? The copper jet, the tip of it, okay, reaches 10 kilometers a second. That's how fast it goes, right? And it gets there in about 40 microseconds, yeah, right, from this first initial detonation. Okay, and that's an acceleration of 25 million Gs.
And a human will pass out like 8,
Yeah,
typically.
if you're a solid 8 or 9, you know, jet pilots.
25 million Gs.
Yeah,
Out of there.
yeah, and if it was possible to go past the 10 kilometers a second,
Yeah.
it would reach the speed of light in around 1.5 seconds. If it just kept going.
That's like at my limit of comprehension, I feel like. It's like I can only just visualize that. That is insane.
Well, that's why we've got 500,000 frames
true.
and 1 million frames. So
All right,
let's set it up. Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! Always satisfying. Ooh, moment of truth. Oh, look at all this damage here.
Oh, it's exactly what you said. Look how the holes get smaller. There's
Yeah.
just a tiny little bit that came out there.
Little exit wound.
So you could potentially see it getting skinnier between. Do you think if this was here, it would have gone the same distance?
Yeah. I think it's the distance that's the problem, not the amount of steel it's going through. On the first plate, you've got all of this like tiny little bits here,
Yeah.
and that's all stopped. And then on the third one, it's barely happened, and you're only letting a tiny amount through.
That is going to be so interesting. This is so cool.
At that speed, it treats metal like liquid.
It just looks like someone set off fireworks. Very nice and sparkly though.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Bloody bright. Okay, so we probably shouldn't place the camera behind the shape charge anymore because it just comes out sideways and covers everything up. But you can see that reverberation between the last two plates.
You can see the copper just kind of dispersing and going everywhere. It's like a mix of the copper and the steel that it's kind of annihilated.
Because we've got our 1 million frames a second camera running, these are exposed slightly brighter just so we can see the context. Okay, so this is 1 million frames a second.
Oh wow, that Shimadzu makes it look like butter. That's so cool. You can really see what's happening, can't you?
We've kept in all the detail of the actual shape charge and you see it coming through. See, look at the brightness of the shape charge. It gets brighter on impact.
Yeah, as soon as you opened your mouth, I knew what you were going to say.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it's wicked.
Have you ever seen a shape charge this slow?
I have not. This is the slowest I've seen one. This is astonishing, yeah. This is going to be really useful for people. In my old job, we used to learn how they work, and this will be really useful footage for them to see.
Okay, we've replaced steel plates with plates.
This has been very confusing, okay, throughout the whole day.
This charge will have standoff from the first plate, mainly so we have a nice clean shot of a shape charge going off on its own on the super fast camera.
Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! Ooh, do you hear that, like, ping sound? Is this shrapnel? Yeah. Do you
Is
hear
that
that?
a bit of plate?
So how many plates do you reckon it's gone through?
Oh.
There's all of them.
Now, you were worried that because they use ceramic for armour.
Well, it was not just the fact that they used ceramic for armour, it's also the fact that it had to travel such a big distance before it hit the first one.
So what we'll learn from the slow-mo is whether the shape charge made it or whether it was just the first plate exploding and taking everything out. I tell you what though, you can see that the earlier plates are very small now.
Yeah.
And the end plates seem to be a bit bigger.
So it's going to be small, bigger, big. I think this is the outside of the shape charge, like the shell part of it.
Oh, just like, what is that made of?
Like a steel.
Is that it? Is that just the back of it?
Oh no, it's a bit of the clamp.
It's the bloody clamp. It's plastic. If that's plastic, it got sent burrowed down to the wood.
Yeah, there's bits of metal here.
Oh God.
I want to know what it is. This video is going to be half an hour long now. Oh God, this is in there actually.
That's it.
That's part of the shape charge, isn't it?
It turned into a knife and bloody shot down into that wood.
God.
Okay, so what's your predictions for
Well, you can.
what number plate the shape charge got to?
So this is the first plate. 1, tiny pieces. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's verify.
Okay.
Let's see if we can tell what happened on this one. Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Not really.
Not really, but lovely, colourful shrapnel.
Yeah, very nice shrapnel. Lots of shrapnel. Wow. Wow.
So I think
Cool.
that plate, that's
Yeah.
the last plate.
It is. How many plates is that?
Okay, let's count it back.
That's really cool though.
It's really cool.
It like
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I shouldn't have gone for the extra one. When I went 9, I should have stuck to my guns.
It's so bright. I love how it flares though. It looks like something re-entering the atmosphere, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like the flare across the lens.
The shape of the plate dissipates the explosion as the shape of the plate is.
So
The plate keeps its shape.
So it goes through, makes an explosion that looks like that, goes through, makes a smaller one, goes
Yeah,
through,
yeah,
smaller
yeah,
one. It's just like plate.
Yeah, exactly. That was wicked.
Okay, and now the Shimadzu.
That's cool. Oh man.
The spread is really interesting. So it actually comes out. Oh, and there's like a reverse. That is so
That is
cool.
wicked. Right, when it comes out of the first plate, it looks like a big cloud. But then it goes to the next plate, and you know that underneath that cloud is just a copper jet piercing right in the middle. Do you see what I mean? At this moment, that is the copper jet coming through.
Yeah.
And then the same thing happens again. It's like little bits of metal and copper that you see little tiny fragments, like little meteors going and hitting the first plate, and then they just explode as soon as they do.
It's interesting. I felt like the black and white would sort of take away some of the coolness of this footage. But the detail is there. So every frame of this that moves is a millionth of a second. Okay, so because that shot had standoff, we now have a clean million frames a second shot of the shape charge.
Oh, whoa. That was quick still.
I'll tell you what, let me do you one better. How about 5 million?
Wait, what? 5 million? Whoa, no way. No. That's amazing.
That is the cream.
That is incredible. You can literally see the inversion of the copper cone in the explosion. You can see the explosion begin and then the inversion happen from the back, because obviously it's the cone shape there. You can see it happen from the back, make it its way forward and accelerate past.
Because we've only ever been filming at lower frame rates, we've never really seen this bit. But this bit is amazing, just watching the center get blasted through.
Yeah, that's what has the effect on the target, is that. Because within there is, you know, a copper jet that's like quite thin, but like to see it, to actually see the science sort of in front of your eyes rather than just having it explained to you like I have, because I've never seen that before.
And our team at the School of Mines has absolutely nailed that exposure. Look at that shot.
That's perfect.
So what does it look like is going to happen?
Well, it looks like we're going to catch an explosion in water, to be honest.
Pretty much. So the SEAL team sometimes refer to the copper jet that comes out as a heated carrot. So we're going to try and catch the carrot in some water. Water's a weird one. I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I've never seen this done.
I predict that you'll see the jet form, it'll hit the water, and then I have no idea what's going to happen. Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! Different sound that time.
Still a pretty full cup.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like we've displaced much with our carrot. It can't have been a large carrot.
Oh, did it just fall in?
What? Oh, it didn't initiate.
So the detonator went off.
The detonator went off, yeah.
And the shape charge
just fell out. That's exactly right. That's what happened. That was a failed detonation. Yeah, that's just a misfire, everyone.
All right, catch the carrot, take 2.
Okay.
We may sacrifice the C-stand.
Fire in the hole! That's more like it. That's the noise you want to hear. Look at all that. It's just gone. Our tube.
Where's any of it? Oh, it's...
There's water everywhere. Goodness me,
We caught the hot carrot and immediately lost it.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, that has created absolute shards. I didn't think it would do that, you know. It was so powerful that it's had to just escape. And it couldn't escape up that way.
Yeah, even with an open top.
Yeah.
It was that incompressible.
That's amazing.
Looks fake almost.
This is some thick plastic as well. Look how thick that is. That's chunky.
Oh, I didn't even see any flash or anything.
Nothing. It's just
just gone.
It's as if we put explosives in the tube itself and just blown up a tube of water.
And look at the C-stand.
Whoa! Wow! Look how deep it went. Oh my goodness! It was like it's like a smoke monster.
It was
all the way down through the tube, and then it like beat. Did the crack beat the explosion?
Look at where it cracked. Oh, it's like right in the middle. Oh, weird. That's unexpected.
Well, it's like by middle, I just mean like not at the bottom or the top.
That cracks incredibly fast as well, doesn't it?
Look at the first frame of it. It's complete. It's like looking into a sun, in terms of how it flares the entire place, flares the lens, flares the tube. Immediately gone, and then it's like a mushroom cloud on top.
Explosions are usually incredibly bright.
Yeah.
And the water really takes that away and like makes it completely abstract.
The shockwave, the cavitation, the fog, and the smoke. There's so much happening. It was pretty much the perfect length tube.
Yeah.
It looks like a meteor hitting the planet, doesn't it? It looks like that's what would happen if a meteor hit the ocean.
And it's so interesting how none of the brightness translates underwater at this exposure. Yeah, you can sort of see the jet in its like grayed out, darkened state, but what you're really seeing is that reflection off the shockwave.
Yeah, and then it just quickly asserts itself and annihilates the tube.
Well, we can't be disappointed with that.
Oh, of course not.
That was some great footage.
Oh, come on, explosions, blowing through things, really high speeds.
I really didn't know what to expect for most of those.
Well, considering I know quite a lot about shaped charges and things like that,
Yeah.
you know, I knew it was going to happen with the steel. I had a good idea, right? No idea with the water at all.
Yeah.
Or the plates, or the plates.
Plate plates.
It was really cool and surprising.
I think the water was my favorite one, just because it was, once again, the most destructive one. And there was just so many elements to it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
There's a lot going on
It
with
was also really exciting to use a bunch of very specialized photographic equipment that's pretty much designed exactly for this. Looking at just the beginning of an explosion.
Yeah.
Stuff that on our Phantoms are just like the sun, but you're just like seeing it. Amazing. Well, big thanks to the Terminal List on Prime Video for sponsoring this video. The Terminal List is based on a book of the same name by Jack Carr, a former Navy SEAL, and also served as an executive producer on the show.
It really shows, because the show has a massive commitment to authenticity, and it leans heavily on military consultants and has over 25 military veterans in front of the camera. So they really knew what they were doing.
Yeah, big commitment. Make sure you check out all 8 action-packed episodes of The Terminal List, starring Chris Pratt, on Prime Video. Here's a little clip.
This was a targeted attack on Alpha Platoon.
12 SEALs lost and no one in command even issues a statement. I want to know why.
Whoever set us up, we need to find them. What's the play?
Does it trigger fusion if it's a Navy SEAL?
I have nothing left to lose.
Terminal List. New series, now streaming on Prime Video.
Well, there we have it. Big old thanks to the Colorado School of Mines for putting up with us again. Letting us just blow the place up. Please invite us back. Yeah, we'll try and come back again if they let us. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you like slow-mo. And why don't you watch the video that we made right here last time.
If you can handle it.
If you can melted handle it.
It's not my vault, okay?
Keep it. Go on, one more. You clearly planned those two. Let's get another one.
It's a safe bet that you'd
Very good.
enjoy. Yeah,
Very
okay,
good.
you'd enjoy the video.
We'll
All
see you
right.
next time.
Okay.